Okay, so my left butt cheeks is actually hurting me right now, and someone is sleeping in my cupboard. So I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up him up because maybe that's my friend. If you want to live like, just live a like. But it's a story about my secret relationship with my super attractive doctor. Okay, you've got a red t-shirt. That means
Secret relationship with my hot
okay, that
doctor.
doesn't mean he's a bad person.
It all started a few months ago when I began feeling ill.
Okay,
I'd
so
always
he was
hated
feeling
doctors
ill.
and hospitals, so I tried to avoid them as often as I could. I was going to college, but living with my mother to save money.
You know,
At first,
save
I didn't
that
tell her
money
anything
in your
about my
pocket.
symptoms.
Everyone in his family wear red thing. You know, I like blue collar, and I want to my mom wear blue collar as well. You know, we will be like, oh, blue family versus red. You know, I will say like red, like team red versus blue team. Let's do it.
Since I knew she tended to overreact when it came to my health.
Oh yeah.
We lost my
everyone
dad when
react.
I was a young boy.
Oh,
And
this
my
is
mother
so
never really
sad.
got over the sorrow.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because like he lost his dad, and his dad before he died he said wear a red t-shirt. So he left him this t-shirt because you can see when he was like 3 years old he's actually still wearing the same t-shirt, and this t-shirt is actually like growing with him. See you.
Gotten really sick, and there was
Oh,
nothing
this
the
is
doctors
so
could do to
sad.
save him. So it was only natural if my mother became
Just
overly
give him some
concerned when it
Doritos.
came to illness.
Oh.
My childhood wasn't what you would
Oh,
call
I know why
normal.
his dad died. His dad died because he was wearing blue t-shirt. See that? Don't wear blue t-shirt. Don't wanna die. I mean, everybody got their own color, you know. So basically, he died because he didn't wear red t-shirt. And look, every in his family wearing red t-shirt.
Ever since my father passed away, my mom began fearing she'd lose me as well.
Oh,
The only family she had. So she clung on to me and made sure nothing bad ever happened. She was overprotective, didn't let me play outside, and had me clean my hands almost obsessively. She'd take me to the hospital at class if any of my friends got sick.
tell me when your friend will be sick. And like, Mom, my friend is sick. He's in the classroom. So she actually came to the school and she like not like stand behind the classroom and said, no, you're not allowed to go in because you're sick. I mean, that guy is sick.
I live in this little bubble where nothing wrong could ever happen to me. I loved her to
A
bits,
bit.
though, since she was amazing. She was kind and tender, and she really did do her
Oh,
best to
that's
raise
so
me all on
cute
her
of
own.
you.
Mom's overprotectiveness also made it hard to date girls as I grew up.
That's-
I never approved of my relationships, and ended up finding excuses to drive them away, no matter how perfect they might seem to be.
Wait, so you're not allowed to like visit any girls because your mother is standing behind you every time when you're saying, oh, she doesn't look good for you. They don't actually look like girl. Maybe she's like to save him from like kidnappers. Maybe in his town there's just every time kidnapping anyone. Everybody can look like they want, you know what I mean? Even a girl can wear blue t-shirt or red t-shirt. But maybe, you know, in this town they actually like kidnapping everyone.
When I was accepted into college, we decided I'd remain at home to save up money. That would allow me to avoid student loans, Mom reasoned. The truth of the matter was, our decision wasn't just about money. She didn't feel ready for me to leave, and I didn't want to hurt her. So staying home while I studied seemed like a good compromise.
You're gonna die like your dad.
Plus, she helped me out a lot
actually feeling sad
and
about
paid
it
for
then.
part of my tuition. I didn't want to be an ungrateful son. So, knowing how she could get, I decided to try and hide my symptoms when I began feeling sick. It was not worth the headache, and I was sure I could nurse myself back to health, no problem.
You know, if
All
you
I
have
needed was a
headache,
few
you can
cups
take
of tea
tablets.
and a whole lot of sleep. The problem began when the fever didn't go down,
Oh,
even
no.
after I took some over-the-counter
Your fever going
medication
up.
and spent the day in bed.
I mean, you can click.
Mom
you know, on
arrived
the
home from
button
work,
to go down,
and she
like
suspected
lift.
something was amiss. I tried to pretend nothing was wrong, but she didn't believe my lies. I looked pale
Soon,
and
you
exhausted,
took your
so she
breast
touched my
t-shirt
forehead.
down, and that's why you're sick.
I had to
That's
confess
whatever.
that-
She touched my forehead. It doesn't look like you got forehead. It doesn't look like you've got 2D forehead because it's 2D animation. 2D forehead. Because she punched you, you know. Because she punched you, she slapped you twice because she didn't believe like you've got forehead. It just looked like take you to the basement room.
Insist it wasn't necessary, but in the end, she had her way. I was feeling too sick to argue any longer, and she was practically dragging me towards the car. She began driving me, and I shivered miserably on the way there. The fever was getting worse, and I felt incredibly sick. I was stubborn, though, and kept telling her that this was ridiculous.
Okay, this is ridiculous because you've got red t-shirt, driving a red car, and we know that you've got red pants. We know that. Everybody knows that.
Mom, of course, didn't
You can
go back
sleep
to
for
our
2
home.
days?
She parked in front of the hospital and rushed me into the ER.
Come to
I
ER.
followed behind miserably
E
and
for
sighed
R.
as I answered the receptionist's questions. My mom and I sat down in the ER's waiting room, and I groaned as we waited. I told her I'd be better off curled up in bed, warm and resting comfortably instead of waiting forever in that cold room. Mom patiently listened to my protest, but she still insisted we stayed until the doctor saw me.
Leave
I was
that
growing
t-shirt
more and more
red.
frustrated until someone called my name. When I looked up, I was stunned.
So
Standing a
beauty-
few feet away from us was
Okay.
the most gorgeous.
I couldn't believe it. She didn't even have pants on her. Wear her trousers. She just got a t-shirt. Like everyone in this world, they're just like wearing just one color of t-shirt like me, blue. And they don't even wear pants, some people. Now, sometimes you just don't have to wear any pants, any t-shirt.
Perfect from head to toes. Her hair was long and wavy, her face flawless,
She took her
her body
glasses.
incredible. She was dressed in blue scrubs that matched her eyes.
She
I
had
could
4
barely speak
eyes.
at all and must have looked like a mumbling
And I
fool.
didn't know she had glasses.
The woman
So
introduced
after she
herself
took her
as Dr.
glasses away,
Vanessa,
I just didn't like it
and I had to
anymore.
try and remember my own name. I think that my mom was the one who told her my name.
Henry?
Dr. Vanessa asked me to follow her into one of the examination rooms while Mom waited outside.
Literally, she's so angry. She does look so angry. Maybe the doctor is her friend. It's like, oh, you're gonna know what to do with him.
I felt my fever higher than ever and my heartbeat beating in my ears. I thought those were signs that I was falling in love, but in reality, it was my body reacting to the illness. I was getting worse by the minute, but too distracted by my doctor's beauty. I ended up getting admitted into the hospital. Mom didn't waste any time letting me know that she was right. Dr. Vanessa was the doctor in charge of my case, and that made my stay at the hospital far more pleasant. I would make silly jokes whenever she walked into the room, even when I was feeling awful. She made me smile even through the pain and the fever. She was friendly and brilliant. At first,
Because
I thought she was
don't
just being nice
wear
because she was a
red
good doctor
t-shirt.
and I was sick. But little by little, I could feel something beginning to grow between us. Dr. Vanessa would
It was your t-shirt still growing on you, you know. Even when you're gonna be a grandma, you're still gonna wear a red t-shirt.
When I began getting better, thanks to the medications, we would talk and talk. I wanted to know everything about her. I was surprised to discover that not only was she new to the area, but she was still in the process of moving into her new apartment. She was staying in a hotel room while some issues with her new home were solved. When I asked what neighborhood she was moving into, she said the name of the area I lived in. We ended up discovering that we were going to be neighbors. We were both
And she's a
stunned.
doctor.
It was such a big coincidence.
You can be
To
sick
me,
every
this felt
day
like
now,
destiny.
from now on, because
Like I had been
will
meant to get sick and to be her
help you.
patient. Why else would she be moving right next door to me? And we also had this amazing connection. I refused to believe that all of that was
Okay, wearing the same color of the t-shirt every day. They just don't change their clothes. Probably smelling every day. That's the one. That's the first connection. And the other connection is like he's a doctor, and that guy is sick a lot time. You know, like he's sick, and his mother don't like when he's sick. It's like she's like overreacting and everything about everything. So I think that's the perfect G for him. But that's actually cute, and then like at the same time so bad because I'm so sad about like his dad. Son, please stay with the same color t-shirt every day. That's what he said. You know, he was dying. So we've got two connection in one day.
She told me that she did like me, but that I was her patient and she couldn't date me. It wouldn't be ethical, and she could get in trouble. Plus, I was still sick and had to focus on recovering. I was determined not to give up, but I told her I understood. I didn't have to rush things since we'd be living next door to one another. I would keep seeing her after I left the hospital. So, if she didn't want to date a patient, then I'd simply wait until I wasn't her patient any longer. Of course, being that patient was easier said than done. I tried to remain friendly and avoid flirting, I really did. Soon enough, though, I was asking her on a date. She told me no the first time, and the second time as well. By the third time, Dr. Vanessa laughed and scolded me for being so persistent. She ended up saying she'd go out with me once I was released.
So she wanna go out with him. Why she don't wanna go inside with him? What about if she gonna say like, let's go inside the restaurants, not out. So don't go out with him. Go inside. You wanna go? Wanna go inside with me? Let's go inside with me.
We spent the night together, and I felt like I was in heaven. I was dating the most beautiful woman I had ever met. She was also smart and funny. Vanessa was 10 years older than me, but we didn't care about that. I was studying to become an architect, and I'd be graduating in less than a year. It wasn't as if I was a teenager or anything of the sort. Problem remained with my mother. I knew she would freak out if she knew that I was dating my doctor. It didn't matter if I was no longer her patient. I knew what my mom would say about the whole situation.
She's free.
What would happen if she reported Vanessa to the medical board? I didn't want to get my girlfriend in trouble.
They will know what's gonna happen because they're actually kicking everyone. I don't think that's a thing. Like, what do you mean actually? You can meet people, even your patient. You can meet your patient, everyone in the world, even if you're actually a doctor. You wouldn't have any problem, I guess, you know. You can do, that's what you can do. Like, imagine the doctor just coming to you and saying, yo, you have to go. And I'm saying, why do I have to go? Because you're dating your patient. So what? That's a good thing, I guess. You can do that, can you? I'm not actually sure if you can do that. That's bad if you can't. That wouldn't make any sense. Because you're not allowed to like meet anyone. Like scary doctors. I'm gonna take you to my hospital.
Dating me? So at first, we decided we'd keep it a secret from those around us. My mom didn't like me staying out all night, but I was old enough that she couldn't tell me not to leave. She did ask many questions, and I tried to avoid giving her incriminating answers. I just told her I was studying late or that I'd found a study group.
Your mother is actually
I
worrying
never
about
let her
you
know
sometimes.
that I was dating someone.
It's-
At least, not
it's
until
bad if
Vanessa
you
and I
tell her.
decided that our relationship
No,
was serious,
she will
and
be
we would
sad.
want to take it to the
She'll
next
be
level.
worried as well. She'll be like,
She asked me to
"Next
move in
level,
with
they're
her,
gonna
and I
just-"
immediately said yes. We were so happy and eager to live together, of course, but
Yeah, they were so
I was
happy
also
they
worried.
didn't even plug TV.
This meant
to
I had
the
to let my mother know what was
electricity.
going on. Vanessa and I decided we'd tell her the news together.
Mom
Was very surprised to see my doctor in
It's day 25 and you're still wearing red clothes. What's that mean? Ah, it's hurting me. It's hurting me. Why? Why is hurting you? Because I forgot to change my clothes and you told me today and it's sticking to my body. Ah. Okay, it's sticking to her body.
The living room when she got home from work. She freaked out and asked if I was sick
No, she's
again.
not.
I explained that I was healthy and Vanessa wasn't there as a doctor. She was there as my girlfriend. Mom got so
She doesn't wear red t-shirt. She can't be our friend, our family, because she doesn't wear red t-shirt. Tell him.
fell in love for each other while she was still my doctor. Mom did not take it well at all. She accused Vanessa of taking advantage of her position. Vanessa explained that she knew it had been wrong, but that we had really fallen in love. It took some time, but we managed to convince her not to make any complaints to the hospital.
Let me be together.
That was a
Mom.
big relief for me since I knew Vanessa could have been fired. Mom can be really overprotective, but she's not a cruel woman. She knew that doing that would have been wrong.
And then after 5 weeks, she came to her house. She took the knife and stabbed her 2 times in the cookie because like she was friend with her. So she stabbed her 2 times in the cookie. Every time when you stab a knife in a cookie, that's mean a good thing.
I'm living with Vanessa now, and my mom is slowly starting to accept our relationship. It's not been an easy journey, but it's all been worth it. Vanessa is the most wonderful woman I've ever met. I can't imagine my life without her. And though Mom's still not too happy about me moving out, she's relieved at least that I live next door to her. I had to make her promise not to come knocking every single day, though. I still get sick from time to time, but Vanessa was able to convince me hospitals aren't so terrible. I don't need to rush to the ER, though. I have my own family.
Yo, this is actually so sad, actually, you know, because like basically what is happening? His mother have to go therapist because, you know, she just doesn't like those kind of person. They actually feel like, you know, the son just gonna like literally go out and never come back, you know, because his dad just literally died. So that's why he had, you know, she's actually like, that's why it's sad, I guess. You're getting the doctor, your own doctor. Yeah, you're getting your own doctor in your house. So, you know, like every time when you're like, you can stay at home, kiddie. So no, that's what like he will say to him. I don't know, guys, if you actually like this video, but if you actually like it and you so snap this like his mother snapping this old clothes. Literally, why they wearing every time? No, it went like 5 years and they still wearing the same clothes. So literally, in their world, every time when you're wearing like you're born with your clothes, you can't be naked, and she's wearing the same clothes as well. Every time we're wearing the same clothes. Every time they're wearing the same clothes. You can tell me why they're wearing the same clothes. That would be so helpful. But so thank you. Subscribe if you want to join our, our team with our fingers. Just snap this like button, snap this subscriber button, and bye.